6 a.m., 2.5 hours before sunrise. While Beitostølen sleeps, someone is already at work. Every day, thousands work to create your Norway experience. Most you'll never see. This is their stories. Today we meet Mads Myrvoll, ski track groomer. This video was produced in collaboration with Beitostølen Resort. By the time we arrived at 7 a.m., already painful for this night owl, Mads had been working for an hour. The plan for the day was easy.
We'll drive up through the lower part of the town centre and then up to Garli, and then look around up there. Then we'll just get started.
Lap after lap around the stadium in the moonlight. This is where the cross-country World Cup season begins each year. But at 7 a.m., it's nearly deserted.
There's someone going for a walk.
Early out. I often see hares and foxes.
Just past the stadium, an enormous mound. 20 meters of stored snow covered in sawdust.
35,000 cubic meters, saved from last season to guarantee conditions for the World Cup opener. The first operation in Norway to do this. Old-fashioned sawdust insulation. It works.
Leaving the stadium, we wound between the sleeping cabins, and Mads spotted something on the track.
There is a hare directly in front.
At this point, we had to navigate between the cabins. It was Sunday morning, and 7:30, and the machine doesn't have a silent mode. Hopefully they're used to it by now. Finally, the wilderness opened up before us, Biddihorn dominating the horizon. This area is perfect for cross-country beginners. Gentle slopes, spectacular scenery. The sun was creeping over the horizon now. In mid-February, sunrise comes around 8:30. With weather like this, it would be a perfect skiing day, and soon these tracks would be filled with people. But first, they need to be groomed. So what exactly does this machine do? Meet the Pistenbully Model 400. In Germany, the brand name has become synonymous with pieced groomers, like Hoover for vacuum cleaners.
This is the front blade. We use it if snow has been blown onto the track and we need to move it. When we're making snow, we can push it out onto the trail. They have ice spikes, so they have a good grip on both snow and ice. It's good to have proper belts when you're out in the mountains. Here we have the mat and the track setter. When you lift the track setter, you won't get grooves. The mat flattens the snow, and this part here creates the grooves.
And you need the grooves, otherwise you just get the machine's tracks.
Yes, exactly. And then underneath here is the tiller. It grinds and churns the snow before the mat flattens it. And finally, the track maker itself. This one is fixed, but you can move this one inwards.
After the lower forest section, we crossed Road 51 via a small bridge to reach the upper trails. Here, the landscape opens up completely. Pure wilderness, with only ski tracks marking human presence. With all those controls, it looks complicated. But as Mads explained, it's more straightforward than you'd think.
Here you have a steering wheel. It doesn't go very far, so you just sit there and adjust it as you drive.
It's not like a tank where you have two levers.
We don't have that, you know. Then you have the accelerator pedal on the floor here. Here you adjust the tiller. And here, the depth. Here are the blades. So the two buttons are track groove makers.
The grooves aren't set continuously along the entire route. On steep uphill sections, Mads lifts the track setter. The grooves would actually hinder skiers trying to climb. The same on downhills, where skiers need freedom to brake and control their speed. And at trail crossings, the grooves are left out to allow skiers to change direction. One thing we always wondered, how was this track width actually decided? From Roman times, like for railways?
It's from the old days.
So even Mads doesn't know. Turns out it follows an international standard, between 17 and 30 centimeters apart. But the origin of that measurement has been lost to history. But beyond the technical details, what's it actually like? Hours alone in the wilderness, surrounded by this landscape?
I think I live in a beautiful place. More people should get out and experience the beautiful nature. Especially now that we've had such nice weather this winter. Lots of sun and no wind, which makes driving even more enjoyable.
You might be wondering, who pays for all this? The machine, the fuel, Mads's early mornings?
It is a company that has been supported by tourists and cabin owners, permanent residents and businesses. Paying is mostly voluntary. However, most people are good at paying.
Unlike ski resorts in many countries where you'd pay for a day pass, these tracks are free to use, funded by donations and local support. A very Norwegian system, built on trust. The tour ended back in the village. To reach the base, we had to cross the main road. Metal tracks meeting asphalt. I asked Mads if that's a problem.
Not really, but in emergencies it's okay.
Back at the base, refuel with 150 liters of diesel, clean off the snow, and park the machine in the garage. Mads' shift is done by 10:30 a.m. Out on the mountain, perfect tracks, created in darkness, enjoyed in daylight. It's work many take for granted, but someone has to do it. If you enjoyed following Mads' morning, subscribe for more, and tell us in the comments, who should we meet next? The Fjord Ferryman? The Mountain Patrol? The DNT Cabin Manager? We want to hear your ideas. While you're waiting for the next episode, check out our other videos, like this one about the traditional cheesemaker.